Hello, everybody. So, I'm coming on tonight to talk about the what, where, when for LifeWave. So, a lot of us want to know, okay, what do we do with LifeWave? Where is it from? When do I use it? All that kind of stuff. So, I thought I'd come on tonight and just have that quick conversation with you and just go through some of these items. And if you're following along, you're going to find out that I know a little bit about it, but there's always something to learn. Anyways, while we get started, I wanted to quickly talk about what are the patches. All right. So LifeWave created these patches, and everybody's like, okay, they look like a sticker. They're just a sticker. You put them on your body, and you go from there. And one of the things that everybody wants to know is what's in them. All right. So number one, they are completely sealed. They're sealed tight. Nothing comes from the patches into the body like other patches, right? And one of the things in them, you're going to find amino acids, you're going to find water, you're going to find salts, um, and then oxygen as well. And then it's all kind of woven into a lattice structure, kind of bonds together, kind of like that, right? And what that does is it creates a field, and that field allows for energy to come in, and then it bounces back a gentle light. And people are like, light, light, light. Well, energy is light. If you put a body under a thermal camera, you're going to find that the body's actually going to emit light, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So when the actual energy and the heat and the light comes into the patch, then it bounces it back at a different frequency. All right. So that's the basic workings of the patches and what they kind of do for you. But I wanted to share a little bit of a video that I had um, kind of about the patches. So that way you kind of get a gist of what is going on with these patches. And it's just something that they kind of talk about. We call it Be the Light. And part of that is just a little bit of a video that we have here, and I'm going to share it. It's about a minute 30 long. Let's watch it. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about it a little bit. All right. So I'm going to share it. This is it here. Just hit the play button. Hopefully hit the play button. There we
A
go.
life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
So there you have it. That's a little video about being the light with LifeWave, and it talks a little bit about the energies and everything that's kind of flowing and how you can actually open up yourself to be a healthier, more vibrant person. All right. So I'm gonna keep on going here. I've got something few things here to share with you. And one of the things that I want to share, so the what, where, when. So we talked about the what and what it is, and we talked about what the patches are and what they can do for you. Not really what they can do for you, but we talked about the patches. And now I want to talk a little bit more about what they can actually do for you. But to do that, I want to first talk about the main patch that they use. And the main patch that they use is X39. So LifeWave X39, you look it up, you can find it pretty much anywhere on most websites. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to check it out, go to this website here at the bottom, and you're going to find out quite a bit of information in there about it as well. And if you look in the link below, you're going to see some links to a link tree, gives you some more videos, give you some more information, links you to some resources, and also links you up with me so that we can have a chat. And my email's down below as well. So just helps me as well. And while you're at it and looking down below, hit the like button. So then that way that just boosts my channel and kind of keeps things moving along for me as well. Okay, X39. What is X39? X39 is the main patch that LifeWave currently produces. And what it does is it actually stimulates the body with a low level of light, which we talked about already. But what kind of benefits do you get out of it? What does it tell your body to do? Well, it actually tells your body to upregulate what they call a copper peptide. It's copper peptide, so it's a GHK copper peptide. I got something for you here, which you might actually enjoy. So this one here is going to, let me share this full screen here, or not quite full screen. So this website here, oh, I had it down too low. There we go. GHK copper peptide. So if you want to know what that one is, here's the website just down below here, copperpeptidebreakthrough.com. So Lauren Picard is the one that actually kind of found this, spent 50 years worth of research on this GHK copper peptide and what it can actually do for you. So I want to talk a little bit about it, go through some of the highlights, and just kind of tell you a little bit about what it does. Where? The what? Where? We're going to talk about the where a little bit. All right. So let's keep moving. I'm not going to say that word because I'm going to get myself in trouble. All right. Brain and nerves. So what runs your entire body? Your entire body is run with your brain and your nervous system, right? And what they found out with this is as you get older, your nerve endings start to wear down and they start to break down and your memory starts to kind of go and all that kind of stuff. So what ended up happening is you need to stimulate your body to start to bring up and regulate your body a little bit better again. So what do you do with that? You have this GHK, and if you can get the level of the GHK up in your body, then your body is actually going to use that as an energy and as a source to actually stimulate and activate your cells. And by activating those cells, you actually make them and bring them to a younger state. Would you like to be younger like you were in your 30s or your 20s? Maybe. Might not go back that far. It all depends on how old you are, but any age reversal would be a wonderful thing. Am I going to tell you that's going to age reverse you? No, it just brings yourselves to a younger state. I wish we could get younger, but that is coming hopefully in the future sometime because with all the technology and everything going on, I'm pretty sure we're getting there. All right. Altered expression of human genes, right? Anti-anxiety in I've got tongue twister. Anxiety, right? Anti-pain, right? One of the things that I am passionate about is pain reduction. I have a little bit of story about that, but I'm going to tell you that a little bit later because we don't need to go into it while we're going through this. All right. So we can keep on going. Hair and skin. Tightens up your hair and your skin and repairs, improves, reduces fine lines and wrinkles. Hey, thanks for joining. Um, if you're just joining, we're just going through and talking about GHK copper peptide and what it does for the body, right? So, and you can go back a little bit and watch some more of it, but smooths roughed out skin, improves. So a lot of people that start using it and actually get involved with upregulating their copper peptide in their system find that they have skin improvement. So their skin gets tighter, it feels better, and it's much better for the system. All right. Inflammation. Oh my God. When it comes to inflammation, what is one of the biggest things that happen? When you're stressed, your muscles are inflamed. When you injure yourself, you get inflamed. When you cut yourself, you get inflamed. You name it, you go through all of that stuff, and everything has to do with inflammation. But what happens when your body gets inflamed? When your muscles get inflamed, then all of a sudden, now you can't get the blood and the nutrients to that part of the body to start to heal it. So, what do you have to do? You have to try to bring down the inflammation. GHK will do that, right? According to the studies that are here. And I have some more stuff in there too, as well, that are going to kind of talk about the actual GHK and what it can do. All right, we're going to get back to this. Going to keep going. Lung function, right? So if you can breathe better, what happens? You get more oxygen in the system. You get more oxygen in the system, your body gets more oxygen. When you get more oxygen, it goes to your brain, it goes to your muscles, goes to every part of your body because it is one of the life forces we have. If you're not breathing properly, your body is not feeling very well. So that's very important. I'm not really going to say this word because I kind of get in trouble for that if I did. So we're just going to keep on going, but it's there. All right. So that's a little bit of a brief overview of this website. If you want to know what the website is, I'll just pop it down at the bottom of the screen here again, just so you can copy it down and you can go and look at it for yourself. It's a great little read. It's very detailed. It's completely separate from everything else, but it's worth having a watch. All right. I'm going to move over I'm going to stop sharing that one and I'm going to share another one. This one here um, is kind of interesting because it's PubMed. So PubMed is actually one of those places that you're going to get some good information. National Library of Medicine. And what do they talk about? When you go there and you look up GHK copper peptide, right? It's going to talk about the different things that it's going to do for you, right? As you go through, you're going to see that there's a whole plethora of different items here. So let's start looking. Stimulates blood vessels, right? Nerve outgrowth, right? Increases collagen. What does collagen help? Collagen helps your joints and bones. Um, Elastine and oh man, I can't even say that word. Sorry, I'm not even going to attempt it. If you know how to read or pronounce that, go right ahead. All right. As well as supports other functions in the body. So have a read through this and take a screenshot if you want. It's pretty cool and it actually goes into detail. So this is actually also in the medical field. They know about it, they know what it can do, but I'm not a doctor, and I'm not saying that I am a doctor. All I'm saying is you can find this information and you can use this for your own discernment on whether or not this is something that you want to use. And it goes into all kinds of stuff that you're going to see as you use it. And this is what they're saying the potentials are. All right. And you can keep on going down, and it just gives you a good overview of a bunch of different things. All right. So that's a really good one, and it's really handy. Okay, where are we going to go next? So we talked about the what. So we talked about the patches at the beginning. We've talked about GHK and what it can do, right? And where? Where do you get this? Where do you get this GHK? So your body can produce it if it's told to do so. But a lot of times our bodies don't do what they are told to. When you look at how much, hmm, how much GHK you have in your system when you're younger, you have a lot more in your system. Your body is producing it because you're growing and you're getting bigger, and your whole body is adjusting and changing, right? What ends up happening then is you end up having to, as that goes down and keeps on going down, what do we find? You start to see wrinkles come in, you start to see aches and pains come in, your eyesight starts to go, your memory starts to go, and all these things. And the older and older you get, the worse and worse it gets. But now they've correlated with certain cells in your body. As the telomeres get shorter, then now your body gets weaker. It doesn't recover as quickly. But by adding in this GHK, they found by stimulating the body to produce more GHK up for itself, like your body's doing the work, not you, right? Or not the patches, it's just you. Your body's doing it. All right. So I'm going to share this next website. So this here is kind of going into what the patches are and where you can find them and where you can get them, things like that. It just kind of helps so that you kind of know what's going on. But I wanted to kind of talk about like the differences. So this is LifeWave, right? And if you go to this web page, you're going to find out what it is. And this goes kind of into some of the things that you're going to find, experience the benefits, right? LifeWave is one of those things where you either like them or you don't like them. You use them or you don't use them. But if you are going to use them, you got to commit to them for a decent amount of time. When you're really thinking about it, you want to, general rule of thumb, if you are going to use these and it's something that you're interested in, then you want to use them for 1 month for every decade you've been alive to give it a good test run. If you don't do that, if you use it for a week or two and you say it's not doing anything, you're asking, let's say you're 40 and you're asking your body to recover in a week what damage you've done to it in 40 years. It's kind of unfair, right? So you got to give it a good go. So I'd say 4 months. And honestly, if I had stopped at 4 months, which I'm going to tell you a little bit later, I probably wouldn't have had the results that I've had today. So just a little side note there. But as you look through, you're going to see this is a wellness product. And it is, all it does is kind of put the body into the right state to be able to do what it needs to do. All right. So, improved mental clarity is one, supports relief of minor aches and pains. Actually, it does. And I can attest to that. Enhances sports performance. This was developed for number one, when they first started making the patches, they were called energy enhancers. They still have them today, and they've been around for almost 20 years. 20 years this year is how long they've been around. X39 only came out about 6 years ago, but they started with the energy enhancers. And you know what? Energy enhancers were developed for the Navy SEALs, and Navy SEALs used them and they enjoyed them. They were doing Olympic athletes who used them in the Olympics back in 2004 or five, somewhere in there. And there was a big study done on them because they were like, oh, you're doping up your athletes. And they actually took it independently to universities and actually did studies on them, which one day I'll bring on the studies here. But they brought the studies back and they found that nothing goes into the body. They're non-transdermal. So, which means that nothing goes from the patch into the body. So they're healthy, and they allowed people to use them. And you know what? In 2024, they used them in the Olympics. If you looked carefully, you could see these patches on the Olympic athletes. So pretty cool. And you can find that as well. So improves mental clarity, improves skin appearance, right? Provides energy and vitality, and speeds up recovery. So I find out when I go out and do any sort of work around the house or anything like that, usually you're kind of sore if you go at it really hard for a day. I find that I bounce back super, super fast. And by the next morning, I'm ready to go again. And I'm not sore or in any worse shape than I was before. For that, I'm pretty happy, right? All right. So going down, patch use and placement. So this is X39. This is what you're going to find. And this is what it is. All right. X39, there's 30 patches. So it's enough for a whole month, right? If you use them yourself, and go from there. And this is where they typically tell you to place them, right on the back of the neck, just right back here, just behind on the kind of the bony. It's called C7, but it's the bony part of the body, in your neck. And you put it there, or you put it 2 fingers below the belly button. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret about these. They can go anywhere on the body. If your ankle's hurting, put it on your ankle. I had a fine gentleman that was saying that his ankle was hurting. He was putting it on his neck, but he wasn't seeing the results he was hoping for. Moved it down to his ankle, and he had results much quicker. So it was like, all right. So you can put them anywhere you want on the body. That's very important to know, right? Okay. So I'm not going to go into these too much, but down below on this page, if you go to LifeWave.com, Rick from Bozicum, you're going to find that you can actually go in and see 2 of the clinical studies that they had done on this. And it's kind of nice to be able to read through them and see what they are and just kind of get a gist of what you're getting into. And I'll show you where to find that when you go into the website. So if you go back to the top and you go to the menu, there we go. Oops. Gotta click just once. All right. If you go to our story, right, and discover right here. Okay. You can also go down and look at the story. We can click on that real quick so you can kind of have a quick look and see what it's all about. This gentleman here is David Schmidt. He's the actual inventor. He started the business way back when, and it's actually pretty cool. He is one big humanitarian, and I'm going to show you something in a second, which kind of blows you away because there's a lot of things that he does to help people, and that's all he wants. All right. So this is his purpose. This is his brand. This is what he wants to do. This is his mission in life, is to help people live a better, healthier life. And it's very important that you know that, because who doesn't want to live a better, healthier life? Okay. So this is him right here, David Schmidt. He's the CEO, founder, and actually I'm just a brand partner, and we just work alongside each other. I don't work for the company. I work with the company on the outside. All right. So that kind of goes into a little bit of detail about him. And I'm going to share with you one last article here. And then I got a little bit of a story that I was going to tell you. And this here just kind of goes into uh, just the kind of person that David is. Here we go. So David went and actually donates all the time to all kinds of different things. And some of the things that I've heard him donate to is amazing when they had issues around the world. But one of the things is here, he's donated $100,000 to the ocean cleanup effort because he wants clean water. He wants people to have clean water. He wants them to be able to drink clean water. And how do you start? You start by cleaning up the mess. Yes, that's the ocean. We pull water out of the ocean, but there's a lot of plastic in the ocean, and he is helping clean that up. Now, I want to go into something else that he has done recently. If you remember in North Carolina, when they had the incident with the hurricane and the rain and everything and mudslides, he donated to the Hope convoy that went down and helped down there really quickly. And he was involved with that as well. So when he sees somebody in need or sees something that needs to happen, he is very generous, but at the same time, He knows what he wants, and he wants this to change people's lives. All right, I'm going to tell you a few things. I'm going to stop sharing that screen right there. Now you got me again. All right. Probably better looking at the web page than me, but anyways, while we're going through things, I just wanted to talk about something that don't always talk about, but here's what happened to me. So here we go into when can you use them. For me, I started using them just for myself, and that's how I got involved with this, is because I had a shoulder that was bummed up, and it was a struggle to sleep on it because it hurt so bad. I couldn't lift it above my head. I can tell you that was one thing that I could not do. And I started off using it and I saw moderate pain reduction, but I did see an increase in energy. I saw an increase in how I felt, my mood, and all that kind of stuff. And then from there, I actually started to progress and started to see improvement in my actual health and in the pain in my shoulder. Now, if I had stopped at the 4 months that I was using it, then I would have never gotten the results I wanted. At about month 5, I was down to 95% of pain reduction. So I had only 5% left. By month 6, it was pretty much gone. And I've been over a year and a half now, and I still see changes constantly happening on my body. And I feel better all the time, and I see adjustments, and my eyesight's changing, and see different things with my hair. Hasn't got rid of a little bit of gray that I got in my beard yet, but I'm hopeful here still on that one. At 40 years old, I don't really want the gray in my hair. Anyways, so what I'm going to say is this here is helping people all over. I have heard hundreds, and I mean hundreds of stories, if not thousands of stories over the last year, because I get on a Zoom every week that has almost 500 people on it, and they all come on, and lots of people come on and talk about the different results that they've seen and what they've done to get them and which patches they've used. And then we also get doctors on and they talk about the different results that are going on and different things that they're recommending. And they answer questions in the background and have all these conversations, right? So it's one of those things where you can kind of get involved and find out what it is. So if you want to know where that Zoom link is, shoot me an email or send me a message or do anything like that. You got my contact information down below in the chat. You'll see my link tree there, not in the chat, sorry. You'll see my link tree down below in the description. Just hop on there. You'll have my email is in below. You'll have my Instagram, my Facebook. Like there's tons of ways you can get a hold of me. And I can direct you there and I can take you to the Zoom and we can watch it together. It's Sunday night, every Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we just get on and we chat and we talk and we enjoy it. And after that, you'll hear from me because I want to talk to you and see what you thought about it. All right. So that's a wonderful way to kind of get your feet wet to see if, hey, maybe this is something I'm interested in, or maybe it's not. Maybe this doesn't interest me at all. And that's fine. Both are fine. And that's what I want. I just want you to have the education and I want you to have the knowledge of what this can do for you and where it will take you. All right. So it's pretty amazing at what we can find and where we can go and how much we can learn about everything inside the body and what it can do. But one of the things I want to tell you is being able to upregulate your body and actually start to bring your body back into balance. Imagine if you're in pain, not having pain, if you're uncomfortable all the time because your internal intestines are not working the way that you want them to work, and your body can get back into balance. Wouldn't that be so amazing? Eyesight is one of those ones where you got to give it a bit of time. It's not something that's going to happen right away because your body's always going to work on the most vital organs first, which is your digestive system, your cardiovascular system, and all that kind of stuff. It's going to focus on those first because those are life needing results. I got a quick story. There was a lady that came on. She was talking about it, and she was a little disparaged because she was like, I haven't got any results. My husband had results within 2 weeks, but I haven't had any. And after a year, she found out that there was something going on internally that all of a sudden was good now. And all of a sudden, she started to see these changes, and the changes started to happen, and they started to continue to move on. And what I got out of that story was a lot of people end up giving up just before they have something amazing happen to them, right? And with these patches, the X39, they've actually clocked it at 96% effective to be able to help you. Now, again, I'm going to repeat, the patches don't do the work. The patches tell the body to get into a healthier state so that the body can do the work, because our bodies have the capabilities to heal ourselves. Because when you cut yourself, obviously, over time it heals, right? But all these patches do is they stimulate the body and they say, hey, you could probably heal that a little bit faster. And the body goes, oh, absolutely. That's right. I can. Right. So just something to think about. All right. So don't forget, if you don't mind, hit the like button down below and come pay my YouTube a visit. Come see me on Instagram and actually get a hold of me. I love to talk and I love to give information. And that's what I want. I want you to have the information you need to make an educated decision on whether or not this is something that's right for you or wrong for you. And to me, it doesn't matter if you want it or not. I want you to make sure that you know that this is what you want or don't want. It's just how it is. All right. That's all I got for you tonight. And I'll be back on tomorrow. So if you want to join me tomorrow again, we'll be back here again. And sorry, I haven't even looked in the chat, but no comments right now. So, anyways, if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, have a great night. My name is Rick from Bozicum, and you go to this website down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to find some great information. And also, I can get you 30% off, but you got to send me an email. It's actually worth it. It works amazingly. All right. Talk to you later. Have a great day.